Hey everybody, it's the Thoughtful Husband here, and today I have something very special. This is called the pursuer-distancer pattern. It's also called the demand-withdraw pattern. Let's go take a look. Well, so what is the pursuer-distancer pattern? It is a pattern that does a lot to inform you about what happens when somebody's emotional needs aren't being met, when you feel like there's something that's missing. And who feels it? Normally, the person who feels it is the pursuer. They are the pursuer because they're missing something and they want to pursue the other person for that thing. Now, there's two basic emotions with the pursuer. The first one is they feel like they're not a priority. And not a priority, it feels something like unloved. Like I'm getting the scraps, I'm getting the leftovers. I'm getting just the moments of time in your life where it's just convenient to be around me. That doesn't feel great, especially in a committed relationship. And the second thing is they feel insecure. That means lacking security. That means if I talk to you, will you respond? If I need something, will you care? That very basic level of emotional stability often drives pursuers, and it drives them to do this. This is not an exhaustive list, but it's pretty close. Criticize, meaning I'm talking down to you, I'm telling you what to do, I'm pointing out your flaws. Nag, I'm saying things over and over and over and over again, hoping that you'll get it, hoping that you'll care. Demanding, stamping your feet, getting angry, saying out loud the things that you want and need and demand. Accusing, well, if you're not meeting my needs, you must be meeting somebody else's. Well, if you're not paying attention to me, it's because of this dang thing over here. Lecturing. I'm going to treat you like a child. I'm going to treat you like, let me teach you how to do what you should be doing as a spouse. Protest. I'm going to hold up my little sign and hopefully you'll care. And then maybe you'll reassure me. Then maybe you'll love me. And finally, complaining. I'm just going to complain. I'm going to whine and moan all the time. And then maybe you'll hear me. Right? Well, from this list, how likely is that going to work? How would you respond when somebody does these things to you? Well, you probably feel like this. This is why it's a pattern. The first thing that the distancer feels is they feel disrespected. Disrespected means something like treated like a child, treated as less than, not given options, not given freedom, not given your full dignity. And the second thing is an emotion called can't win. This is actually a phrase I've heard many times. It's why I put this, but it's really a sense of helplessness and hopelessness. Look, you were upset with me yesterday. You'll probably be upset with me tomorrow. You'll probably be upset with me next week. Why should I listen to you? Why should I care? Why should I respond? Remember that one time I did the thing you wanted me to do? What, were you happy with me? Maybe for 5 minutes. And then you just kept going and going and going and going. And it's these kinds of strong emotions, I feel disrespected, I just can't win with you, that makes people in that position do this. Well, what do? They get defensive. They lash out almost like teenagers do. Get off my back. They endure. This one's sneakier. This is, I'm just waiting for the conversation to end. I'm here, I'm physically present, but I'm checked out. I'm just waiting for the conversation to end. They blame. I'm going to blame you. I'm going to blame your mom. I'm going to blame your work. I'm going to blame this. I'm going to blame, I'm just tired. They make excuses all the time. They withdraw either physically or emotionally. They get out of there. And then finally they dismiss or they minimize. You're just making a mountain out of a molehill. It doesn't really matter. Why are you bringing this up again? What's such a big deal? Why do we keep fighting? It's just drop it. Just get over it, right? Well, what does that do? You ever have somebody treated you like that in a relationship? Well, what often happens is the pursuer just redoubles their efforts. Maybe I'm just not doing it right. Maybe I'm not complaining right. Maybe I haven't criticized you enough. It's too scary. It's too unsafe for me to just drop it and just let it go. This is an emotional need, not an emotional want. So I redouble my efforts, and we keep fighting, and you keep running away from me. And then what often happens is, finally the pursuer just gets tired, and we just drop it, and we get this momentary relief where we're not doing this over here. I would say that this pattern here describes about 80% of all couple conflict, because most of it has to do with emotional disconnection. you're not getting something that you want. You're not getting the sexual relationship that you want. You're not getting the date nights, sitting with you on the couch, watching your favorite TV show. They don't notice you anymore. How do I get somebody to take me on a date? How do I get somebody to notice me? How do I get somebody to have sex with me and actually act like they are into it and they actually desire me? I don't know. You can't. You can't. You can do this stuff. Does it work? No. No, it doesn't. In another video, I will cover what pursuers can do in order to be heard and get their needs met. And I'll also cover what distancers can do. But I will say this very briefly. If you're a pursuer, one of the best ways you can be heard is to respect the person and give them a way to win. Don't be vague. Don't say things like, I already told you a million times, why should I tell you again? You figure it out. How helpful is that? That's not good communication, right? Respect the person. Give them a way to win. Give them something to aim at. And for you distancers out there, no matter how the conversation's going, no matter what the conversation is, this is what you aim at. Make the person a priority, meaning listen to them and make eye contact and attend to them, and make them feel secure. That's all you have to do. You don't have to do what they say. You don't have to be controlled. Just show up. Aim at these two. Aim at these two. And some of this pattern should start to unravel and get better. I'm The Thoughtful Husband, and I hope this was helpful. Leave a comment down below if this has happened to you, and tell me even why. Like, what's the story behind this? How did it go? If you had a fight that happened over the last week, feel free. Let me know what happened. What did this happen, and then this happened, and then this happened, and then this happened. But more importantly, what are you going to do next time this starts to happen? It only takes one person to solve a pattern. It takes two people to stay in it. I'm The Thoughtful Husband. I hope I've been helpful today. Take care.